Are coming up. Take two of the Drinkwise SA Pacing Derby. And the false start caused by Greek Street. He'll get a second opportunity because he's only just recently back in the draw. So that's a bit frustrating for Connections. Now the Mobile heads to the back. Impressionist, of course, had the rails run all the way last week in the St Ledger. Sprinted home very quickly. Now we've just heard the next in Melbourne is back 5 as the protest is still on there. Just about ready. Group 1, Drinkwise SA Derby, they're set. And a good line of dispatch, they're off. Greek Street broke up at the start. And Cam's Revenge was checked. Oh, Squeaky Clean and Celestial Charm in big trouble. Squeaky Clean lost the driver eventually. Greek Street caused that, it appeared. And those three are all out of business. And Cam's Revenge lost a bit of ground. And we've got the driverless one, Squeaky Clean. Well, let's sort them out now. And the leader is Bowral Boy on settling down. Kawatha Hanover second. Parley's Pride out 3 wide. Back on the inside, Call the Shots. Looks easy, the centre now. Impressionist very quickly up onto the back of Parley's Pride and coming around the field. They're clear of Cam's Revenge and the other three out of business. And Steve Pearson about to try and collect the driverless one, Squeaky Clean. Celestial Charm just driving along out wide, clear of the driverless one. Racing into the back, and Impressionist goes to the lead now. And the lead time 43.9. They've flown early. Impressionist goes to the front, leads by 6 metres, and he's got Squeaky Clean at the moment. He hasn't quite got him under complete control, but he's got hold of the rein. Bowral Boy second. Parley's Pride will face the breeze. Caller Shots on the inside. 4 metres further back, Kawatha Hanover, another 4 or 5 then to Looks Easy. Cam's Revenge is tacked on. Celestial Charm will have a run, and Greek Street has been pulled up off the back straight, and with just over a lap and a quarter to run, the favourite Impressionist in front. Went the first quarter 29.7. The times have been sizzling so far. They'll certainly be some sort of record if they can keep running them. Impressionist 4 metres clear of Bowral Boy. On the outside, Parley's Pride's already under pressure. He's had a tough run. 5 metres Kawatha Hanover, then Looks Easy. Dropping out, Call the Shots, and then Cam's Revenge at the tail of the main group. They race out of the straight, and the leader Impressionist might have slowed up a little at quarter. He's 3 metres clear. Parley's Pride moves up to put Bowral Boy in the pocket. Then Looks Easy running up to 4th from Kawatha Hanover. 31.7 the second quarter. They're followed by Cam's Revenge and Call the Shot. 600 to run. Impressionist led. Parley's Pride under pressure. Bowral Boy's about to get into the clear. Looks Easy coming out 3 wide. Then Cam's Revenge. Kawatha Hanover gone. Down the back, and the leader was Impressionist. Demler sitting pretty confidently, but Bowral Boy's got the drop on him. Looks Easy's moved out 3 wide to go up and join Parley's Pride. Halfway around the turn though, Impressionist going pretty well. Now can Bowral Boy do it to Impressionist? He comes off the rails. Then Looks Easy running a big race third. Into the straight, Impressionist led. Bowral Boy trying hard. Teddy's getting serious so on Impressionist. He's pulling out plenty. Bowral Boy trying hard but can't get him. And Impressionist too good, and it's Impressionist Drinkwise SA Derby. 6 metres. The Quinella to Ted Dembler with Bowral Boy second. About 15 metres away, Looks Easy, a game third. Then Cam's Revenge. Knocking up Parley's Pride. A long way back, Kawatha Hanover. Caller Shots with it, and Celestial Charm. Greek Street pulled up, and Squeaky Clean losing the driver. I imagine Barry Ewan's coming back here in the ambulance. I think he got to his feet fairly quickly after the incident. He simply was unseated, and he was clear of any other horses when it happened. And as I say, I think you'll find he's probably quite okay, Barry Ewan, and he's just caught a ride back in the ambulance. 10.34 after the derby. Impressionist too good. Gee, they ran some time early. A brilliant lead time in first quarter. He slowed up a little mid-race, but they have run 1:59.3. Gross time 2:45.3. Mile rate 1:59.3. The sectionals after the 43.9 split. As we mentioned, they haven't seen 43 too often for that first section. They've gone 31.7. 29.7 for the first quarter, 31.7 the second quarter, 30.8 and 29.2. Now the 2 protests in Melbourne have been dismissed. Great news for Pappy McCoy. The protests in Melbourne have been dismissed. We mightn't have won the SA Derby, but we've at least taken off the big 4-year-old race in Melbourne. So the first half they've run in 61.4. They've come home the last half in 59 flat. Impressionist, 80 and 55, owned by J. McDonough, A. Davis, G. Wilson, J. Termond and K. Fawcett. A Black Colt 3 by Talk About Class out of Tiller, trained and driven by Ted Demler. Congratulations to Connections. Very impressive win. Bowral Boy, a game second by New York Motoring out of Venturous, trained by Ted Demler, driven by Jeffrey Webster, returned 60. And a nice run third looks easy. A game effort, of course, owned in the same interest as Pappy McCoy by Holmes Hanover out of Lancia, trained by Ross Sugars, driven by Les Harding, and he'll return 235. 6 metres by 16.
And it's all clear for the numbers 10, 3 and 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's great to once again be here at the podium and introducing another presentation of a great South Australian classic. And that's in fact what the Drinkwise South Australian Pacing Derby is. It's a 3-year-old Pacers classic, and we've seen a great performance here tonight. It's my pleasure again to introduce the president of the South Australian Harness Racing Club, Mr. Bill Henderson. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Henderson.
Thank you, Eldon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, again. Let me first tell you, Pappy McCoy has won the race in Melbourne against the protest. That only makes us think the whole carnival tonight is going to be a real climax next week. You've just seen a horse, and we've been trying to figure out in the last few moments how many horses have won the St. Leger and the Derby in the same year. I even asked a gentleman on our committee who's been on there for 10 or 12 years and been in the game about 30 years. Not even he could remember. But I think it is something of a sensation to win 2 classics in 2 weeks, and our congratulations go to Ted Demler and their Connections in bringing such 2 very good horses over to make our race a spectacular one. Representing our great sponsors tonight, the Foundation SA, is Mr. Ian Timms of the Drug and Alcohol Services Council, and it is great pleasure that I now asked Ian to come forward and make the presentations to the Connections of the winning horse.
Thanks very much, Bill. Mr. Bill Henderson, President of the South Australian Harness Racing Club. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Drinkwise campaign, which is sponsored by the Foundation SA and the Drug and Alcohol Services Council, I'd like to congratulate the winner, and what a great name he's got, Impressionist. He's certainly making an impression tonight. And what a fantastic race, very eventful. Unfortunately, I backed Bowral Boy, never mind. I'd also like to congratulate the 2nd and 3rd place winners and all the other competitors. We've had a terrific night tonight. We've been entertained in style upstairs. I'm not used to it, but I've had a great night. Anyway, I'd like to call Anthony Davis forward to accept the trophy, and what a great win. Thanks, Anthony.
Monday afternoon. Tuesday night we go to Terang. Wednesday night we go to Wangaratta.
Mr. President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the owners, I'd like to thank the Foundation of South Australia for sponsoring the race. It is indeed great to have a 2nd classic win in the last 2 weeks. It's been fantastic. But our thanks must go to Ted Demler, who not only is a great driver, as we'll know, and a great trainer. He went to New Zealand a year ago. He drove 84 horses. He took a liking to this one, and it was not an expensive horse, and he's a great talent for picking winners over there. So without much further ado, just thanking Ted and his family who have helped the owners, got us interested in horses, and they've just been great. And Craig, who was the strapper, Teddy's son, we look forward in the next few years to see him driving a few winners for us. So thank you again.
He's going to wind up on Medusa Gold's back with the favourite Cruisers for the lead early.
Ladies and gentlemen, last week I introduced Tad Damler to you, but since then he must have been out fishing and he's lost the tee off the Ted. But I can tell you he still knows what he done overseas, and when he won the World Championship he knows how to train and drive horses. It's great pleasure that I asked Ted to come forward and say a few words to you and congratulate him on obtaining 2 successes in 2 weeks. Congratulations, Ted.
Mr. President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to firstly thank the South Australian Trotting Club and Foundation of South Australia for putting on this race. Secondly, I'd have to thank Impressionist. Without him, I wouldn't be here tonight. And also, I'd like to thank Bowral Boy for running such a great race to run second to him. I'd like to thank the owners very, very much for having the faith in me to get me to go and buy a horse for them. And I was very fortunate to be able to pick one up like Impressionist. I'd like to thank, while I've got the opportunity, the Webster family, Jeff, Ron, their wives, and everybody connected with the stables. They've been great to us. Anything we wanted, they couldn't go out of their way quick enough to help us. I'd like to thank again Sherwood for helping us out with the car, and anybody else who maybe I would have missed. But I'd like to congratulate South Australia while I'm here for Pappy McCoy's win over in Melbourne. I'm having a thrill here winning on his track, and I hope he's having as big a thrill winning on my track. And I hope there's no commiserations at home, but it was my horse that protested against him in Melbourne. So I'm not disappointed it's dismissed, because I don't like protests anyway. So I'd like to just finish up now and thank everybody for making this trip so great, and thank the horses once again, and the owners and everybody else connected with him. Thank you.
Thank you, Ted, very much indeed. And that is, of course, the classic, the 3-year-old Pacers Classic, the Drinkwires South Australian Pacing Derby, a Group 1 race. We're going to get some photographs taken. We've got the Clydesdales, but they're not here at the moment. They're in the background. Well, they're never far in the background. I don't know where you hide 6 Clydesdales very easily. And we have now the Impressionist, I think, about to come up for some photographs to be taken. Very shortly, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be doing the draw for 100 cans of West End Export.